What is good, people? I am BA, back once again with another reaction in the Wire series. This is episode 6 of season 3 and it is called Homecoming. Speaking of which, last episode, Avon is now out of prison back. So I'm assuming that's what the title of this episode is in reference to. We saw him come out of the jail, we saw Stringer hook him up with a dope apartment complex and also a new car, 2 ladies, like exactly what you would want as a homecoming gift. So Avon's on cloud 9 just now. But once the honeymoon is over, let's see how he settles back into this life. Let's see how reluctant Stringer is to give control back over, and let's see where it all plans out from here on that front. Also, I'm looking forward to seeing how Amsterdam is after last episode. Like, surely that's going to be a thriving, prosperous place now. It's so dope. And on top of that, because all the gangs are working in unison now, there should technically be no violence either, so like they are probably reducing the murder rate thanks to this as well, so the major of the flex squad is actually making a difference. Cutty took heroin and hit a woman, so here's hoping he does anything better than that this episode. I was rooting for Cutty up until that point, now I kinda wanna put roots on him, do you know what I mean? The best new character, Marlowe. I mean, Stringer tried to talk to him, offer him a truce, offer him an equal share of good product, offer him a way to launder his money into legitimate means. Marlowe stayed silent, and then as soon as Stringer left, just said to his guy, get everybody tooled up. What the fuck is Marlowe gonna do from here? I cannot wait to see what his fucking plan is. Like, surely he can't be planning to go to war with Stringer Bell, Proposition Joe, Avon Barksdale, all of their fucking soldiers. I do not see how he could ever win that scenario. And we also saw Omar and them getting ready to do another robbery, but we never saw the robbery, so maybe that'll take place this episode. Fucking loved the last episode though, so I can't wait to see this shit. This is episode 6, season 3, Homecoming. Let's check that shit out and see what it's saying to it.
It ain't pretty.
Doesn't have to be. Just needs to pull him from the places still worth salvaging.
It is quite mad to see it in practice, but still it's cool that they are doing this.
Shit like this don't happen in Amsterdam.
Right, so this is them just pressing all the people remaining on the corners.
You unhook baby cakes, my peoples be down where you want us. Swear to God.
Fuck with a man's ride, you're gonna get his attention.
Baby cakes?
Didn't realise that was his car.
Gentlemen!
Holy shit! That's surely a bit of an unfair, non-discriminate macing. Also, they just closed the back of the van with all that mace spray in there. That is fucked up. What? They've drove them out to the countryside?
That little star right there across from the Dipper, that's north.
You want to go the other way.
Is that even legal? To just fucking mace them all and drop them off in the countryside of Baltimore?
Asshole.
This is some bullshit. I'm one of these people that, like, I've spent time in cities and the countryside, so I got a bit of street smarts and country wiseness, I would say. So, what's funny is, though, if you ever take someone that's straight city and put them in the country, oh, they get scared. You take something out of its natural environment, it just feels a bit paranoid, innit? But me, I could happily walk through a wood at midnight by myself, it's fine. Probably be quite chill, walking through a forest in the middle of the night. There was this rapper who used to go into forests at night and take mushrooms and then write his raps. I believe, anyway, and I always thought that's a really unnecessary way to write your raps, man. That requires so much preparation, planning, hiking. What if you get there and you're just not feeling creative and all you write about is like cars and fucking chicks with big asses and shit? He didn't, he wrote some mad shit, but still. Fuck, man. What's fucked is they specified they had removed all the residents from these buildings. This will now be terrifying to like any individual residents who are actually left in those properties, which there are 1 or 2.
Now y'all supposed to have expertise behind this. Only what I'm saying is it seemed like the expertise ain't where it's supposed to be. Unfortunately, Mr. Barksdale, cost overruns are the nature of the business.
I wonder if this side of Avon's character will translate into the business property development world. He might soon find out that he has to play ball by their rules in this world a bit more.
What Kima's found out is he's still directly involved with the drugs. Otherwise, why the face-to-face with the Stanfield kid? He's still connected to the day-to-day.
Yeah, it's a good point. That instantly linked him to the drugs straight away.
I don't give a fuck if we come back a year from now and find out he's on the Greater Baltimore Committee. This unit is about the bodies.
If they're going directly for models now, that is a elaborate waste of time, because Stringer Bell, even in his whole drug dealing operation, is trying to move toward anybody getting killed, because he knows that's what attracts the police. Landsman doing some stellar police work there as always.
I'm a murder police. I got a double on my plate. I'm gonna work it.
At least Landsman gave him the nod there, because this goose chase for a fucking gun is just wasting Bunk's valuable time actually trying to get to the bottom of real murders. I know it's a pride thing with a police pistol being on the street, but you can't put a fucking murder police on that case, surely.
An independent with no fucking support got all the prime real estate, and we doing what exactly? Young boy ran us off the corner?
Yeah, and that was Stringer's fault. Stringer was weak toward that while Avon was away, and also you can tell the rift is already starting to come between them. Like, Stringer would have said something different to the property developers, and Stringer would have said something different if he was still in charge of that car. He's finding that ability to make the calls instantly being taken away from him, and Avon is way more warlike and confrontational.
Nobody's saying Tasha was an angel.
Nobody's saying that. But what are they saying?
What's funny is this does actually tie back into the larger drug dealing operation, because both the people killed in that was like, one of the people dead was from a Barksdale heroin house, and one of the people dead was trying to rob Barksdale's heroin. So it does tie back into the heroin.
Do you even have a suspect here?
No.
Look, I don't know how you city guys do it, but down here in Annapolis, we try to duck a punch or two, not lean into every last one.
Down where you are, you try to avoid doing your fucking job so your statistics look better, is what you're saying. You're shit, is what you're saying. You're a shit cunt, is what you're saying. It's fine. Just say you're shit. Just say you're shit.
Reverend Wright, I'd like you to meet my husband, Cedric Daniels.
Not that I've seen, no.
He's putting on a good show for his wife.
Unetta's gonna have her hands full come the primary.
Mayor pull it through. He still have coattails. Shit, boy.
Fuck, all the councillors talking shit to this woman trying to get on the council. Again, just showing another side of city politics.
I hear you took a swipe at His Honor the other day on that witness murder.
Well, not at the mayor directly. But we had the police brass in front of the subcommittee and, I don't know. There's no excuse for what happened.
That guy is like the only dude in this room that is like operating from his heart. Everyone else is playing a fucked up game of politics, and he didn't realise that's what Tommy was doing. Tommy gave him some big fake speech and he bought it, and it impassioned him to say something about the witness being shot.
Right. Don't embarrass yourself.
I respect Kima's honesty there.
There's this woman at this thing for my kids. She like raises money for the school and all that, you know.
Oh wow, he's going on about this lady that told him to bounce straight away.
Cedric, maybe we could...
I don't know.
Ah shit, that's so awkward. Obviously now Cedric's hooking up with Ronnie. It's not as simple as all that. But at least he set her straight with it, and he didn't give her any false hope.
I mean, take a long, deep breath. Know that if you call a shot, we at war. We at war. I'm there like I've always been.
Oh, you know, Stringer's already went and spoke to Marlowe and tried to cut him into the business, so he's already made a call without Avon's say regarding Marlowe.
How much money can a nigga make?
More than a nigga can spend.
And then we ain't gonna be around to spend what we done made already.
Shit, I didn't think I was gonna be around this long.
Two completely different mindsets, man. Avon is just living by the day, and Stringer is trying to think ahead for the bigger picture.
We passed that run and gun shit, man. Like, we finance a package and we ain't gotta see nothing but bank. Nothing but cash. No corners, no territory, nothing.
Will Avon see the sense to this?
I mean, who gives a fuck who's standing on what corner if we taking that shit off the top, putting that shit to good use?
Stringer is actually making sense here and being sensible about this situation.
Like businessmen.
I don't know if Avon seems like he's 100% on board with this, but I did appreciate what Stringer was trying to say to him.
Yeah, I ain't no suit-wearing businessman like you. You know, I'm just a gangster, I suppose.
He knows his station in life.
Homicide police went to Tasha people, talking about how they know she was in the mix, saying they got witnesses and shit. They called your name on it too.
I thought they were getting ready to do some sort of big robbery. Have they just done it and we didn't see it? Or have they not done it yet? They were just cleaning the guns in preparation.
Maybe we should help them out. Tell them who did what.
Yo, stop wilding, Kimmy.
She's obviously joking.
Ain't no need to involve the police in none of this.
Sounded to me like he involved already.
Kimmy, I told you, I got this.
Was that her way of saying, like, sounds to me like you've already spoke to him before? Or just that sounds like he's already deep involved in this investigation?
He made good money. We saved up and bought this house. There were some white families still living in the neighborhood then.
She seems to be in quite good spirits, considering what's going on outside her window.
Taxes paid and all.
It is very nice.
She's not going to want to move because of memory.
It's a good neighborhood. It's safe and it's on the number 19 line. And
I've just got a feeling she's still not going to want to do this.
It's all I've got. Now you say you have a program that can place me somewhere else, but you ain't got no program for what's outside my door.
See, this is the side of it I guess he didn't anticipate in advance, but he was told that these buildings were desolate. It's technically not his fault, but now, because of this unexpected element, it creates a fucked up situation.
Not too many, just them youngins. Make the package real small, in case it's a trap. I'll hear directly from you on this.
I'm on it.
What the fuck will Stringer Bell be making of that shit? Surely it's just too suspect. You would just automatically assume it's a trap.
Spit it out, man. Listen, stop fucking double talking me.
Black Donnie say he ain't having any of it. Say Brother Mouzon put a hex on all of us.
Shit, all Avon's muscle is not there.
You go out, you get Cutty, and get the best of the rest, and you put a hurting on Marlo. I want my corners.
Oh shit, here we go. It is fucking kicking off now, people.
This is why we have a politically connected guy like that in the payroll. He goes downtown and does for us what we can't do for ourselves. Democracy in action, Mr. Bell.
Fucking absolute political bullshit, man. Everyone just trying to reach in everyone else's pockets all the way up the chain to get anything done. Oh, it's infuriating. This show makes you hate the city you live in.
Toss the gloves too, right? Nah, hold on to them. They gonna have that DNA shit all on them.
All right, look, it's gonna take us some time to get set up.
That goddamn DNA shit gets everywhere.
Y'all hold tight till I call you. You got it?
We gonna handle our end.
I sort of hope this goes to plan. I hope Marlo doesn't get shot, but I hope that fucking idiot with a bucket hat who ripped off Cutty does. This'll be the ultimate revenge for Cutty, getting to shoot that fucking dude in the face. Stole 60% worth of a G-pack of money from him when he was trying to be cool. And who knows how Cutty's trajectory would have went differently if that dude had just been straight with him and gave him his money.
We should wait for the call. Man, what if that crew got lookout?
Motherfucker, if we waited, it'd be all over time we get there.
Oh, fuck. I've got a feeling this is not going to go to plan.
Yo, fella, strap up.
Oh shit, Spot or saw them. This is not going to go to plan at all.
Go, go, go!
Fucking hell, driver instantly dead. Shit, well at least they weren't in the same car as those idiots. Fucking knew that wasn't gonna go to plan.
Whew. You know how you blow off half the invitations you get to be somewhere?
Yeah, fuck you, Tommy, you lost. It's nice to see Tommy lose at something.
Well, Mickey Pepper will give him a fight.
No, Mick's already said he doesn't want to leave the legislature. He won't risk it.
Well, you gotta have some balls.
And somebody black.
Wow, is Tommy sort of trying to put him in that position as well, so that he will be able to become mayor easier? He's such a sneaky little cunt, I don't trust a single sentence he says.
But what you gonna do when you sitting at the head of the table? Once you there, you got to hold it down.
Sound like one of them good problems.
He is just ready to go to war. Does he know how many people he's going to be having to face? I mean, obviously Avon's weak, but Prop Joe's got people. There's lots of people they can call on. He believes in himself. That's a dangerous man.
That young Buck Marlowe ain't getting one dog. He just dropped 2 of Barkdale's soldiers on the corner of Mountain Fair 2 hours past. What?
Bubbles has already heard about it. I swear Bubbles has got the best spy network in this entire show. He's like Varys in Game of Thrones. Except, way less cunning, crafty, way less not addicted to heroin. But then Varys did steal a lot of radiators and copper, so they have that in common.
Evening, Omar.
Evening, Bruiser.
Who are these guys and how do they know Omar? I know we've seen that guy in one scene before, but I forget what scene it was in.
Hey, Jen, you seen that tape I was watching last night?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Gotta see this. Videotape from last Monday night's council meeting. Kiefer tried to block my resolution, but I laid him out good.
Tells you so much about his character that he's trying to watch reruns of his own council hearings.
Who the hell?
Daddy, Frankie shared a sandwich with you. We hid it so no one else could eat it before he came home.
I wish that truly made him smile, but I feel like deep down this is just all an act as well. He's a chameleon in every aspect of his life. There is nowhere he is himself. He's just a fake dude.
I do.
Yeah, well, I miss him too.
Oh, please mention that they say his fucking death wasn't a suicide.
I feel safe around him.
You asking to get with String. I'm okay with that.
At least she's talking to her sister about it. I mean, she already hooked up with Stringer Bell, so it's all fucking pointless. But yeah, still. At least she's mentioning it now.
The one tried to turn D on Avon when he got pulled up in Jersey.
White boy? Bushy hair?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
Oh, fuck.
Maybe D'Angelo didn't take his own life. He said maybe it was something else.
Oh my god, I've been waiting for D'Angelo's mum to find that out. What will D'Angelo's mum think of that? I hope she does something about that. She has to. She's the one that'll give a fuck enough to do something about that. Or talk to someone. Not even the police, maybe Avon. And then Avon will be like, it fucking wasn't me. And then they'll figure out who it must have been.
Half the country are separated, the other half are getting divorced for the second time.
This is a favor for her. It's hard to explain.
It's not that hard to explain, it's just for public image because she's running for the council. That shit looks good, innit? You never get a president who, doesn't have a happy family, just some loner president. Yeah, thanks for voting me in, I'm just going to the White House now to be by myself, see you guys later. Doesn't happen. It should.
Turns out I have a better head for police work than I do for climbing the ladder. And she hung in there thinking my career was going to turn into some kind of big deal.
If that's true, that makes his wife seem incredibly shallow. Surely that's not the case.
I just don't want to disappoint her anymore. And right now, I'm more help showing up at some chicken dinner in my wedding ring and dress blues than being the not even divorced yet husband with the white woman on his arm.
I can see why he would say that. I could also see why that might piss off Ronnie to hear. That's not his perception of it. That's her explaining to Ronnie how that'll affect his wife due to other people's perception of it. So she shouldn't be offended because he's explaining other people's mindsets, not his own.
Man, police gonna be real heavy on this, man. I say we slow down, take our time to build our muscle up.
No, I ain't got no more motherfucking time, man. When the work hard, this boy Marlowe punking me.
Businessman Stringer Bell, of course.
We was thinking, man, me and Cutty, you know what I'm saying, we can hit them ourselves, man. That way, won't be no fuck-ups.
Look, you two niggas get on it, man.
Avon is not fucking around now.
I don't know, though, man. I mean...
Stringer is not with this shit. If he was still in charge, he would not be doing this shit.
It's a different world down there. The cops was just standing around like that shit was legal. I mean, every day.
What's Avon gonna make of that shit? Wow, he wasn't even paying attention. Just in his own world about this Marlowe shit. Shows completely the two different mindsets between them. Stringer's mind is stuck in business and Avon's mind is stuck in street politics.
What is my rank, Detective Griggs?
My rank!
Lieutenant, sir.
Pulling rank on the bitch asses.
You can go to whatever the hell unit will still have you. Now get the fuck out of my office.
They have been undermining him like fuck the last few episodes without his intel or say-so on any of the shit they've been doing. I do respect Daniel's stance in that situation. How are they supposed to be a unit if they're doing things against one another's wishes and shit? They have to all be on the same page.
Your message said you'd be here.
Haven't seen Bunk cover face to face with Omar since Bird was getting beaten.
Caught some talk from them young men you rousted over there on the west side.
That was about a gun belonging to a police.
Wonder if Omar knows where that gun is. He's the type that would probably know who's got it.
Ain't nobody gonna talk to you. I just came here to make that clear, man.
Ain't no thing. Cause I already got me an eyeball wit.
I respect Omar's stance on this.
Old Bruiser, he be blind behind that fortified half the time. Shit, you got to dry him out just to get him on the stand. Besides, he done had a change of heart to that story.
Ah, right, okay, I get it now. So Bruiser was the guy that was the witness to the shooting.
No victim. I just came from Tasha's people, remember? All this death, you don't think that ripples out? You don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Bonk seemed so furious there, like he wanted to punch him for a second. I've never seen him like that.
We had some bad boys for real. It wasn't about guns so much as knowing what to do with your hands. Those boys could really rack.
Omar didn't flinch. Never seen Bonk that furious.
Rough as that neighborhood could be. We had us a community. Nobody, no victim, who didn't matter.
This is a great speech by Bonk. I'm loving this. I'm not talking much because it's so good.
And out where that girl fell, I saw kids acting like Omar. Calling you by name, glorifying your ass. Makes me sick, motherfucker, how far we done fell.
Gotta agree with Bonk on this point. I'm not on the police's side, but to watch society deteriorate is a fucked up thing no matter what side of the equation you're on. And you can tell what he was saying there really affected Omar. That was such a good scene.
25 gets me the permits.
20 gets you the permits. 5 is for me for bribing these downtown motherfuckers.
Of course Clay Davis is collecting their money bags.
The people running the city nowadays, they make the last bunch look sanctified. I mean, this is some shameful shit.
Says Clay fucking Davis. You are shameful all the way up the ladder, mate. Stringer is shameful to those below him. You are shameful to Stringer. It doesn't stop until you get to the very top.
That's him, man.
I want to see Bucket Hat get shot so much. Go on, Cutty, get your revenge. Oh shit, he didn't kill him.
Come on, let's roll.
I wanted to see that guy die so badly as well. He let him live, that might come back to bite him. That guy could end up being the guy that kills Cutty because of that one moment of humanity.
I can keep an extra 20 each off the pack. What's up? Alright. We got that fire, baby.
If you don't get locked up, you can keep an extra 20 each off the pack. They got bought off for relatively low wages there, but I respect Bodie's hustle.
A kid witness in a drug case turns up shot dead because of flaws in the system. I go to the mayor, who promises action, and then Mr. Reform is more than the watchword in my administration, pats me on the ass.
Genuinely, like, sometimes he does sound so passionate about it, I'm confused as to when he's putting on an act and when he isn't. Is this dude just a literal psychopath who says anything to everyone, or is there a bit of passion to make the city better in him?
Tony Gray from the 5th District comes pretty close to telling me he's thinking about a run for mayor. That'd split the black vote.
Oh shit. So his fucking master plan comes into play. He's convincing his friend to run, so his friend is running against another black person, which splits the black vote. Thus, he will take the lead due to the other side of the votes going to him, as his master plan. He is a conniving fuck. I know he's Tommy now, but it's fucking Littlefinger, innit? The only scene missing that stops him from being literally Littlefinger is at the start of season 3, cold open. We see a guy walk up to a grave with a little amulet, like he's a wizard, and the amulet glows and he says, "Now you will rise again." And we see Littlefinger pop up out of the grave, and then he says, "Right, you're Tommy, and you're a councilman." And Littlefinger's, "Right, got you." And he says, "You talk really like an effeminate American man with a, like, punchable accent." And he's like, "Got you." And then the season 3 starts, and it would just be Littlefinger.
Not that you'd ever go behind anybody's back or anything like that. Right?
No way.
They're still at it. Daniels gave them such a talking to, and they're back on it straight away.
Sir, we see 300 before the new year, and I'm not sure that I can justify a full term for you. Now, I hate to say it, but there it is.
The way this season's going, there is no way there's not going to be another 15 people killed. Like, this season has just been a bloodbath episode by episode, so there's no way they're keeping it under 375. That is out the window. Or 275, sorry.
It's always about your case, huh?
Do what you can.
McNulty and that Major are the only two people that have crunched a can like that and threw it on the roof. They do have a bit of brotherhood in their disdain for the way the police operate while being police themselves.
That's one less motherfucker that's breathing than was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So we all good. But I'm surprised with you though, man. Shit didn't get by you back when.
Everyone's just thinking of the math.
I fucked that shit up myself, you know.
Hold on. It's on me.
He's such an honest dude, Cutty, as well.
Why not? Wasn't in me, I guess.
Ah, fuck. I feel so bad for Cutty still. Can I just say the guy that plays Cutty is such a great actor as well.
I ain't making myself clear. The game ain't in me no more. None of it.
Oh man, I wish everyone would be supportive of him after saying that.
Alright then. We straight.
I'm pleased they were amicable with him as well, man. I love that Cutty said that. Go on, Cutty, man. I'm still rooting for you.
Yeah, man, today. Yeah, man.
Avon's a fucking G for saying that as well. I love how that scene played out. There's been some very fucking well acted and written scenes in this episode. Holy shit. Okay, and that was episode 6 of season 3, Homecoming, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, Homecoming, what did I think of that? Holy shit, this was just an amazing episode all the way through, really. I mean, it started with Avon deciding to go to war with Marlowe, but Marlowe's guys were ready, that's why he said get everyone tooled up. And when the shooters came in the car, they'd already been spotted by a kid down the street who came and warned everyone. They got armed. All 3 of the guys in the car, no, 2 of the guys in the car died, the 3rd one managed to run away. I don't know how. He literally crawled out of the window in front of the shooters, stumbled onto his little bitch ass, picked himself up, and then ran down an entire street, all while getting fired on and not taking a single bullet. That dude is literally like Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction. That dude had some divine intervention that day. God is protecting him for a greater purpose. That guy's gonna come back later in the season and be revealed as the chosen one. But yeah, luckily Cutty and the other guy didn't die, and then they came back on Marlowe and managed to kill one of them, but they let Bucket Hat get away. I fucking dislike Bucket Hat. I was hoping he would die, but yeah, that led to Cutty giving that greatly acted scene though, saying he didn't have it in himself anymore, and I loved that he was just so honest and straight up to Avon, because he's came across as such an honest character so far as well, and it's almost refreshing. The show is full of people playing politics, not saying what they mean, people snaking one another. There's very few upfront, straight up characters. One of the reasons I like Avon is because he's so straight up and upfront as well. And Cutty was so straight up and upfront to Avon, but from the other side of the coin, and he was just honest with him, and Avon respected it and let him go. And I loved that scene, man, and I've been rooting for Cutty from the start, you know I have, and I hope that's the end of it and he finds a way to turn his life around. Unfortunately, there is a fly in that ointment. What happened? Bucket Hat lived. and Bucket Hat saw Cutty. He didn't even see the other shooter. He turned around and saw Cutty's face. So Cutty, now saying that he doesn't have the game in himself anymore, is just setting himself up to be like going back to some kind of job only to be shot in the back of the head one day or something horrible. It's gonna happen, innit? That arc is gonna happen, innit? What I said, or something horribly similar. Like he's gonna leave the game again, and then he's gonna be seen by one of the people that knows he was involved in that shooting, and just something bad's gonna happen because of that. I mean, Jesus Christ. Also, I know that he is still living at home with his mother, so they better not see him go into his mother's house or anything like that. Just so many fucked up situations can come of that. He should have shot the dude in the face before he went straight again, to be honest, just to get that little problematic situation out of the equation. Shit. The other greatly acted scene, by the way, was when Bunk spoke to Omar and talked about how it was and shit like that. I just thought it was so powerful, and it clearly affected Omar, like in a fuck you kind of way, but still, it was so powerful it affected the dude. Again, I do not know the actor's name who plays Bunk, but what an incredible scene that was. This episode was full of such well written conflict, such greatly acted scenes left and right all over the place. It's just, again, sometimes you just have to sit back and be like, there's reasons why certain things like rise to the top. Sometimes them reasons are invalid. Some people rise to the top for the wrong reasons, through little fingery tactics or nepotism, as we've both seen in this show. And sometimes art rises to the top for the wrong reasons. For instance, if you go on IMDb nowadays and look at the top 100 movies of all time, there are a fuck ton of Marvel superhero films now in that list, because fans of the Marvel Universe are so fanboyish and apparently at conflict in some sort of ratings war online with DC. This whole thing is fucking ridiculous as I explain it, by the way. Because they review bomb and high rate bomb these Marvel films, they've now risen in this list as some of the greatest movies of all time. I've never seen the Marvel movies, but I'm aware of like the structure of a superhero film, and I know what most of them will probably be like. Why haven't I watched the Marvel films? 2 reasons. 1, I hate too much CGI, and there isn't a single superhero film I've seen in the modern era that isn't absolutely clustered full of shitty, generated on a computer screen special effects. To me, true greatness is figuring out how to do something amazing practically so the viewer is tricked into believing that it was actually there. Like, look back to the 90s, the Ninja Turtles movies. They actually made suits with animatronic heads, and these dudes did full fight scenes and everything in these turtle suits, and it looks amazing, and because of that it stands the test of time. Perhaps not the tone or whatever, maybe times have moved on from the tone or the editing style, but the actual effects used have stood the test of time. The same can be said with Terminator 2 for all the practical effects they used. Now, I know they did have the CGI with a T-1000, but except from that, so many of the things you see in that were practical effects, you would be amazed at it. So that's the first reason I don't watch many Marvel films. The other reason is that if you're gonna have fighting with super people in a film, I expect you to hire the best martial art choreographers and the best fight scene choreographers in the world, just as you would want to hire the best script writers or the best directors. That's how you make something the best. So, you know, you hire the fucking stunt team that worked on the Tony Jaa films like Ong Bak, or you hire the modern teams that work on such things as The Raid. This is how you make fight scenes legendary. And when I see a fight scene, because sometimes I haven't seen a Marvel film, but I've seen a couple of the fight scenes on YouTube before, do you know what I mean, to see what they were saying. And whenever I watch one, I'm just like, this is fucking shit. It really is shit. The fight scenes are all shit. And when it's supposed to lead up to big battles and great conflicts of fighting, you would expect them to be absolutely incredibly choreographed, to be the icing on the cake to how super your superhero is, but it just turns into a giant CGI clusterfuck, and it's unenjoyable to me. That was a long-winded diatribe to get back to my point, which was sometimes things rise to the top for the right reasons. And this episode is a perfect example of why The Wire has slowly risen to the top to become up there, easily all the time in a top 5 best shows of all time debate. So well acted, so well written. I loved how it all joined together, and also it had fucking moments of action all over the place with the conflict between Marlowe and Avon. And speaking of conflict in Avon, you can just start to see the cracks in the division start to happen with him and Stringer. Stringer just wants to take this shit legitimate, and Avon will just always be a gangster. That is a rift by nature in their personalities. Like, even if Stringer doesn't try and snake Avon anymore, and Avon doesn't in some way find out what Stringer's done, like kill D'Angelo or what with Prop Joe before he got his say-so and shit like that, even if that is never discovered on both sides, they're still inherently conflicted by their goals in life. Avon is short-term, fast-living, G, gangster. Stringer Bell is long-term, property development, businessman, trying to be sensible and legitimise money. These two worldviews just inherently conflict, so at some point they're going to come to a head whether things are found out or not. But yeah, another incredible episode of The Wire, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next time. If you've liked this video, click like. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. Ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, shoot the shit, recommend me, or just anything you want to say in general, comment down below. Try share this around to one person you think might enjoy it, or want to watch this series along with us, and let's try and build this channel a little bit, one person at a time. We will accumulate a small army and then besiege the offices of wherever the Wire writers are now and force them at gunpoint, being held by the man that plays Avon, to write another series of The Wire. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to exclusive polls and posts. You get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance. So this is episode 6 of season 3 right now. So by Sunday this week, episode 6 of season 4 will be on the Patreon. And you also get access to full-length versions of all my reactions. So you just sync up your copy of The Wire to my reaction, and then boom, we're chilling, watching The Wire. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and the channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.